So this is my first time starting this car since the cold weather came in. I'm gonna let it run for about 5 minutes. Because since it's on 85, I can't let it sit for too long without starting it. So I let it start, run for a little bit. I might drive it to work tomorrow. So let it warm up, and then tomorrow get it ripping. But I'm driving the tow truck today. I gotta bring a car back from the shop, so that's what we're rolling in today. So I'm at work and already started. I didn't have a time to clean up anything, do anything, but as you can see, I'm doing a whole complete suspension work on this 95, 96 Stealth twin turbo. This car was an up north car, as you can see. It's rusted and the suspension is completely shot, so went ahead, got whole complete suspension and shocks, the whole 9 yards, got everything. So the only difference is, if you can see on the second gen Dodge Stealth, if you could look here, you see the size of this is small, real tiny. No, they don't make any more parts for that car. So this basically what they came up with. Should be replacement. Let's see if I can get this off. Actually, I'll be doing this on the table, but because I had to have this car sitting sideways for some extra room, I got to do this on the floor. All right. Now, if you look at this one, this is way thicker than this, which I assume this should have been on a non-turbo, not on a turbo car, because the all-wheel drive is way heavier. But as you can see, there's a turbo version, because this is like this for the SL. This part is different. So look closely again. It's a bit different. Skinnier. This one is a lot thicker. This doesn't come with the nut for it, and the nut that came off of is this small. See how small this is? So no, I have to make this one work. Had a couple of old stuff at the house that I collected over the years from all of the other cars that I work on. If you look at this nut right here, this is the front shocks. If you look at it, it's the same size. So can't use the one for the rear anymore. So if you don't have these nuts for the front shocks, you screwed. But I have some extra ones, so that's what I have to use. And for the bushing, let me see here. For the bushing, if I could find the one that came out of it. Okay. So this is the bushing that came off of this. That sits over here like that. And technically, if you look at this, this is how it would be. So it will go through here and it will sit on top of the shocks like that, pretty much, if you get what I'm saying. No, for this one, that's not gonna happen. So look closely. I don't care how you do it, heat it, lube it, whatever you do, it's not gonna get in there. You can still use a rubber piece, but you can't use this right here. It's not gonna work. And it's the washer that came on it for the old one. This the washer, fits perfect. This one, it won't fit. All right, so what I had to do was, see, I was trying to use this also, but this will fit on here and it won't fit here. So I'm gonna have to drill it up for it to fit, but luckily I've been collecting some parts for a while. So this one right here is what you're gonna have to use. I believe this came off of either the VR4 or the non-turbo SL. But either way, gonna have to go with something like this. And let me see, where is it? So you can go with something like this, but no, you're gonna have to eliminate this piece right here, because we can't use this anymore because it won't fit in there. Okay, and then once you're done, it's gonna look something like this. So we're able to get the rubber bushings back onto here, and it can sit under here also. Now we're gonna have to use this top piece right here. That's the only way you're gonna get it work. So if you don't have one of these right here, again, it's screwed. The only thing you can do is probably get, like, you know, some regular ones like these and probably try to drill them out and until you get it to fit as it should. But aftermarket for these cars, most of them does not fit, and you have to modify it a little bit, and that's what I have to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. I already finished this one already, so I'm gonna do this one. And the front should be, I guess, basic 1-2, hopefully. I ain't even gonna say nothing yet because I might say something and then go to do that and it's not gonna bolt up. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of this one. All right, so we got the front struts on. I got corrected. I call it shocks. They say it's not shocks, it's struts, but in Jamaica we call it shocks for almost everything, shocks. But here we gotta call it shocks and struts. So this is struts, and the other version of it is shocks. All right, so we correct that. So we have the front struts on. I haven't put the bolts on as yet. I haven't adjusted. So all right, so this side is on and this side is on. I just gotta put the nuts and everything else on there and then tighten it. I gotta adjust it because to bring it in and bring it out. So I believe it was this way. So I gotta tighten it that way. And next, I'm gonna do the back. So I'll bring it up a little bit so I could get to the back part. I could stand on the rim and I could reach over in the trunk so I could put in the two nuts that goes on there. But before I put it back on, I'm gonna use a wire brush to clean this up, because when we did the older ones previously, it wasn't even a year. And then once we went to remove it to put the new ones on, it couldn't come off because rust is something that doesn't stop spreading if you don't treat it. So again, I'm gonna treat as much of this as I can today, whatever I could get to. So I'm gonna clean this So once the struts go on there, I'm able to get it off next time. And I'm gonna put some PB Blaster and these nuts and stuff right here, just in case if in the future I'm the one who's working it, I have to remove them, I already have a head start. So I'm gonna put some PB Blaster on it, and then I'm gonna put some WD-40 also. But yeah, making some progress, man. So this should be done today. So once this is done, I gotta get the red 99 on the lift. This I have to put the fuel tank in and get everything else on so I could get it started, so I could get it out of here. This right here, I'm having issue with tuners coming out to do this tune. I already had a tune on this ECU. The ECU got messed up. I need to take the tune off of it, but the tuner locked the ECU and I can't get into it. So that was a waste of money right there. I need to transfer the tune from this car over to another ECU. I can't even do it. So now I have to get this tune all over again. So yeah, that's for that. But this one has to go on the lift in a few, because it has an oil leak that I try to get. I think I did this oil leak like maybe like 4 times, and the oil pan is still leaking. Went ahead and we got a different oil pan, which is what's on the car right now, and this is the one that was on there. It slowed down a little bit, but it's still leaking. So I'm gonna take the oil pan back off. I'm gonna check the block and see if he had like a micro crack or something that I didn't see. But I brought it to the machine shop and they did everything. I'm sure if there was an issue with the block, they would have said so. So I'm gonna drop the oil pan again and attempt to do it one more time. And I'm gonna use the gasket sealer that I always use. The one that I use is the black one. I use the black RTV. That's the one that I use. And I went ahead and I tried something else that a buddy of mine recommended, which is this one. I never used this one before. This is the one that I always use, this black one. And I went ahead and tried something different. So I'm gonna go back to what I used to use and what I know works. So I'm gonna go back and try that one. So I'll go ahead and finish assembling these, and then I'm waiting for my wife to come. I ordered a thing for the rust, so it delivered, so she's bringing it for me. So once it comes, I'm gonna be able to touch up all these right here. So go ahead, I'm gonna do the back ones and I will get back to you guys. All right, this was an all-day project, but that's the end result of the rust treatment. Yeah, so I got as much as the spot that I could have reached. It looks way better. You can't really see no rust. Over here was rusted also, so I got up in here, heat shield, everything got touched, and this was the worst part of it, and this is what it looks like right now. So got the rust treatment on. The instructions said I can't sandblast it. I'm not supposed to sand it down or anything. Just go ahead and apply it, and that's what I did. And this is the finishing product. Looks good. If you could look up in here, you could see a little part up in there that I couldn't reach, but I'm gonna try to hit that part. But just the bottom, as you can see, it's totally different. Looks way better. Got the axles also. Struts mount. I'm gonna touch these bolts right here so everything could look even. But yeah, that's finishing product right here, man. All right, I just see this right here. I'm gonna try to get up in here, right here, but I'll say it looks way better. Look a lot more, yeah, it looks a lot more centered. So I was gonna do the rotors, bracket up here and do the caliper, but I figure I'm gonna leave that because the owner might wanna take these off and spread them in another color, so I don't want to go ahead and mess with that part. But it's a lot more presentable, a lot more presentable. So this is done. Now I'm going to take it down, take it for a test drive. Since I put these new suspensions on, everything, I'm going to make sure that everything sits properly before I make that phone call. So take it for a test drive.